Hey guys, what's up? So in today's video I'm going to be doing a wear test and review on the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation. And so before I begin applying this to my face, I thought I would go ahead and go on the Ulta app. And so I'm there right now. And I'm going to go ahead and read to you guys what this foundation claims before applying it to my face. So it says on here that it is lightweight, waterproof, and pigmented. It is NYX Professional Makeup's Can't Stop Won't Stop Full Coverage Foundation. Hustles as hard as you do. This comfy liquid formula comes in 45 flattering tones that don't transfer. Every creamy shade glides on smooth, delivering a matte coverage and color that stays true for up to 24 hours. This is an overachiever, also works to control shine and mattify your complexion all day long. But it doesn't stop there. This foundation is non-comedogenic and suitable for normal, oily, and combination skins and sensitive skin types. So, it's got some pretty big claims there. So we're going to go ahead and I've already moisturized my face. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the two colors that I chose. So when I was at Ulta, I didn't really know what color that I was. So I went ahead and I picked up two colors, and then I brought them home and I shade matched myself, and I found that one of them matches perfectly well, the other one is a little light. So the colors that I picked up is Warm Vanilla and Vanilla. So the one that has been matching me is the Warm Vanilla one, where the Vanilla one is a touch too light for my skin tone. So as winter comes, then it will probably match me more. I also have combined both of these to get a better match, and that was good. But for today's video, I'm just going to wear the Warm Vanilla one. I will go ahead and do a little bit of swatching. That is the two differences. So vanilla on this side and Warm Vanilla on this side. So it looks like the vanilla one is a little bit more pinky, where the Warm Vanilla is a little bit more orange. Has more of a yellow tone to it. So that is the colors. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and put my hair back a little bit, and then I'm going to apply my primers. So I have used different combinations with this foundation. I've used matte primers, I've used glowy primers, I've used illuminating primers, and I've used pore filling primers. My skin is very dehydrated in certain areas, and then it's oily in others. So I would say combo dehydrated skin is the type that my skin is. So what I have gathered, what works for me, is doing a glowy primer on top, and then a pore filler, and then spraying like a fixant primer spray, and then applying the foundation. That's what seems to work for me. But I have tried other combos with it. I've also mixed in liquid highlighters with it to make it a little bit more glowy. I don't really like that combo that I've done before, because the foundation is a little drying, so it can tend to break up faster when you do that, so I don't really like to do that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply my primers, and then I will apply the foundation. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and apply the NYX Honey Do Me Up primer first. This is going to make your face a little bit more moisturizing, filling. And then I rub it into my skin very gently. So then the next thing I like to use is the Revlon Photo Ready Pore Reducing Primer. And I just put this where all my pores are to fill my pores in. And I just put a little bit on the back of my hand, and then I put it wherever my pores are. And then I just tap with my finger. Okay, and then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to prime my face with this Catrice Prime Fixing Spray. everything's dry now, set on my skin, everything's soaked in and everything. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the foundation and I'm going to squirt a little bit on the back of my hand. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my finger and put it on my face. This is the way that I've been normally with foundation reviews. I will use a beauty blender on one side and a brush on the other side, but I find that the brush gives me fuller coverage with this, so today I'm going to be using a brush. And I like to work in sections because of how quickly the foundation dries. It's very quick. So I'm just going to apply it with my Tarte brush right here. So as you can see, that is one layer on my forehead and this side of my face, where there's nothing on this side of the face. So it covers pretty nicely, I would say. It's dried down really quickly. The thing that I am noticing on my face is that it's just sitting on top of it instead of blending in. So I'm going to move on to the other side and pump a little bit more out and just... So if you can see, I put some on my nose and it's not like really wanting to stick on my nose. So I'm going to grab a beauty blender and see if I can fix the nose area. So I can still see some patchiness in here, but it fixed a little bit with the beauty blender. Now I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some more and I'm going to see if I can build this up a little bit. And instead of using the brush, I'm going to just use my beauty blender and see how much more coverage it will get for me. So that added a little bit more coverage. I can still see my freckles. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and do my concealer. Since I'm using NYX products, I thought I would use the NYX Professional Makeup HD Studio Photogenic Concealer. I've got the shade Nude Beige. So I'm going to apply that under my eyes. It's a little bit dark for me, so I hope it looks a little bit dark. Hope it blends in nicely. And that's about all that I really use under my eyes. And then I'm going to take the beauty blender and just put that, smooth that in under my eyes. It's kind of right here. I don't know if you can see it, but it's kind of picking up the foundation. Okay, now to set my concealer, I'm going to use the Coty Airspun. And I'm just going to kind of take a little bit extra, more than I normally do. Okay, so that powder is on. So it is now 11:28 when I got done. So I'm going to go ahead and apply everything else to my face and my eyes off camera, and then I'll be right back. So everything that I used on my eyes was from the NYX Grind palette. I used this shade right here and this shade as my transition, and then I used this in the outer V, the shade, and then this on my lid, and then this to highlight my inner corner and brow bone. Then this I put on the lower lash line, and that's everything that I used in that palette. I've been really loving this palette since I bought it. I can't put it down. Then on my lips, I used a combination of this lip liner from True Lips, and it is in 054, just a pinky nude. And then the Rimmel London lipstick in number 41. And then to top that, because it was a little bit pinker than what I wanted, I went ahead and used the L'Oreal matte lipstick in Full Blown Fawn. And then to top that off, I used the Fenty Beauty Gloss in Diamond Milk. And then for brows, I use the Jordana Quick Brow Micro Pencil. I really like this, except for it's a little bit softer than what I really like, but I do like the color and the spoolie. And then I used the Model's Own brow setter, clear and clear. And then for mascara eyeliner, I use the Tarte lip paint, or not lip paint, mascara paint in black as mascara. And then for top and lower lashes. And then for my eyeliner, I use the Ofra eyeliner in black. And then for blush, I used the Anastasia Peachy Love palette in Miami, the this shade right here in Miami. And then highlighter, I used the Wet n Wild Zodiac collection in Earth as my highlighter. And then for my bronzer, I used the bronzer from the CoverGirl Peach Punch palette. Then I topped everything off with the Catrice Prime and Fine Dewy Glow Spray. This one, I really like that. So that's everything that I used on my face and everything. So now the time is 12:08. So I'm going to go ahead and go about my day, and then I will do a check-in. Okay guys, so I'm back with a check-in. It is now 5:19. So I've had this foundation on for the check-in time, or the actual time that I called it was 12:08. So I've had it on for about 5 hours. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to zoom you guys in so that you can see what it looks like on my face. And then I'm going to zoom back out. So this is what it looks like on my face right now. This is the right side. So as you can see, it's come off my nose a lot. So it's wearing down a lot there. It's wearing down on my chin. And then also right here, and then more on my nose. And then it's a little bit splotchy right here, and then right in here as well. So that's pretty much what it looks like on my skin of 5 hours wear. So I'll go ahead and zoom you back out. Okay, so now you've seen it up close of what the foundation looks like on my skin. So now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna eat dinner, wear it for a little bit longer, and then I will be back to give you guys my final thoughts. Hey guys, so I'm back, and I am back for my final thoughts and my final review on the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation. So let's see what time it is. It is 6:38. I have had this foundation on for about 6.5 hours, almost 7. And I want to go ahead and zoom you guys in so you can see what it's doing on my face. And then I'll go ahead and zoom back out and give you guys my final thoughts. The reason why I'm going to end the video a little bit sooner than I originally planned is because I am going to watch a movie with my kids and then go to bed because I am exhausted. I've had a very long day. So I'll go ahead now and zoom you guys in. Okay, so this is what it looks like on my face right now. It's wearing on my nose and my chin. It's just wearing down all over my face. It's sitting on top of my pores. And it's clinging to all of my dry patches. You can see right here on my forehead. And this side as well. So I'm going to go ahead now and zoom you guys back out and give you my thoughts. Okay, so my thoughts on this foundation. I love the fact that it has a pump. And I loved all of the shade range. It's nice to be able to have a shade to match me, because like when I go into other stores, I don't really, it's hard to find my match. So I really like the fact that NYX stepped it up and gave us a whole huge shade range. I love that about it. I don't believe the claims of this being a full coverage foundation. I would say more of a high coverage, high medium coverage foundation, and able to be built up to a fuller coverage, but on the first attempt I didn't see that at all, and you saw in the demo that it wasn't really full either. So the things that I don't like about it is it clings to my dry patches, sits on top of my skin instead of blending into my skin. It dries really fast, so it's really hard to work with. You saw in the demo how it didn't really want to stick to my nose with the brush technique, and that could have been maybe the fact that I used a pore filling primer on top of it, but the last time I used it, it didn't have that problem, so I don't know, maybe it was because I used the brush instead of a beauty blender, because normally when I apply a foundation I like the beauty blender or even any soft sponge rather than a brush. But with this foundation I have been using it with a brush and it's been working out nice. So it could have actually been the brush itself, because normally I don't use that brush for I've never used that brush for this foundation. I've used it for other foundations, just not this one. And I've used other brushes with this foundation and it worked out really good. It dries quickly, so you have to work fast, and I don't like that. I don't like foundations that you have to work really fast. It's a little bit more matter than I like. I like more of a satin matte formula or a natural glowy foundation. But I was really disappointed that it didn't work for me because I really wanted it to. The price of the foundation, I think it was like $14.99, I believe, at Ulta. I don't know if maybe you could get it cheaper at like CVS or wherever else they sell NYX products. But I think it's a little steep for a drugstore foundation. But even though NYX Cosmetics is a little bit more higher priced than other drugstore cosmetics, so I don't recommend this foundation for anybody that has dry skin or dry patches or even breakouts, because it is so drying and it will just cling and it will just sit on top of your skin. It does photograph really nicely. I do like that about it, because it kind of gives you the soft look on your skin. If you do like this foundation and you know any other ways to apply this, please let me know in the comments, because I am going to keep this and I am going to probably mix it with other foundations like my glowier foundations, and to, you know, calm that glowiness down. So I will use it that way, but on its own I probably will never use it on its own again. So that's my thoughts. If there is any other foundations that you recommend to me to try out, please let me know in the comments. If you haven't subscribed, I would really like it if you would, if you like my videos and you like me. And so yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and let you guys go, and I hope that you guys are having a beautiful day and a beautiful week, and so I'll see you later. Bye.